Fixing things. Great day. Got my work, it's gonna be muddy. There's no locks or ox guard. It's a 250s. I brought my hammer. Kleins. Now I'm done. Hey everybody, welcome back to Fixing Things. Today, man, looks like it's gonna rain. And we just had some big rain. But I'm back over here at the trailer and I got a meter base that needs to get fed. We need to put some power in, well, put some wires down inside. Take two. And we need to get some wires put in this thing. So on the last episode, we set everything up, got everything up to the panel, but we didn't pull the wires because I didn't have them yet. I got the wires now. So today we're going to be pulling wires and hooking them into the meter base, into the panel, and into the panel in the trailer. On this episode of Fixing Things, because we got to get this thing back opened up. So one of the things we're going to be using is no locks or ox guard. It's an anti-oxidation compound, kind of like dielectric grease, and it's put on the lugs, on the wires, to prevent oxidation, rusting. Also, when you dissimilar metals, you have corrosion just because the two metals don't like each other, like aluminum and copper. So we're going to be using copper, and these are not supposed to be really aluminum, but some people say they are. But we're going to put it on there anyways, on the copper wires. And we're also going to be using on the aluminum wires that we're going to put into the mobile home. So from the panel to the meter base, the code only requires me to have like 2 aught, but the Dominion Power says they want to see 250s. So we're going to put 250s in here. I'm going to start with the neutral first. We're going to identify it because in some jurisdictions it's definitely required to identify your neutral when you're doing your primaries. That's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get it up into the make a mess here. What I'm going to do, so I don't use up all the wire, I'm not going to cut it in separate lengths. We're going to do one at a time and identify them as we go. So I'm going to start with the neutral and identify it, and that's what I'll do. Why did they say 250s? I have no idea. Oh, I know why. Because the wires they're going to be using coming down are going to be coming in are going to be 250s, and there's no load protection from this point to the panel. Might get rained out. It ain't gonna be easy. So these things are approximately 1 inch, and you want to take at least 1 inch of your shielding off your wire. Nice and clean. Now for that no locks. When I identify wires, I like to use the Rust-Oleum Gloss White for the white. I'll tell you why, because it likes to etch into the plastic. This is a etching primers built into it. It's made for plastics. This was calling to me from my tool bag. Kleins. People say, hey, I ain't never seen a Kleins with that kind of handle. This is the high visibility one. It's made for like when you're working in a ceiling tiles in an attic or something like that, and you drop it, it glows in the dark. I have noticed that when I use the recommended torque, I failed my inspections. So best thing you can do is don't torque it down super tight, torque it pretty good. Because the county inspectors, they take and grab the wire. And some of these things says like 25 inch-pounds. Man, that's bullshit. Listen, listen. You hear that? Good. Oh yeah, when you're putting the no locks and ox guard on there, people say, oh yeah, you got to brush these into the wires. That's BS. It's only a coating between the two dissimilar metals. That's it. It's just a coating. You ain't got to get it down inside the wires. Those guys do not know what they're talking about. We're still on a neutral. The neutral is going to be bonded to up here on the top side. The rule of thumb is you come in on the top side on your incoming and on the downside on your... Now, different panels, commercial panels, can be fed from the bottom, top, depending on how you order them. Some of the guts can be made to be turned around. I don't think you can turn the guts around on this one. It's not quite centered up, and this cover is not ambidextrous. But we're going to connect it to this lug right here. We're going to do a pre-measurement. It's going to come up and loop and come down. I don't want to get this too tight, but we also don't want to get it too long where it's going to interfere with my other wires. So we're just going to pull it up here. It's ready to receive power from the Dominion. Now we just got to get the feeder wires in. Oh my gosh, that was hard. Oh, my hands were red. Oh, a lot of beating, a lot of pushing, a lot of prying. Got them in. All right, I got the wires in with the help of my wife. My wife came by. She had a beauty appointment. We own a beauty parlor, but she goes somewhere else and gets her hair done. Our daughter-in-law. Gotta spread the love. Anyways, she came by. We stripped the casing off of this. We pushed the wire through. She got into the trailer, and I shoved them up the LB, and she pulled them tight. So we're gonna terminate them, terminate them. We're gonna hook them up right here. Terminate. We're gonna hook up these wires to here and hook the wires up on the inside. I checked the panel, it's already set up. Thank you, Lord. It's already set up for a secondary panel. That means I don't have to rewire that panel. So let me wire this up. All right, this panel is ready for inspection. We got our no locks on all our connectors. We got our neutrals in. We got our bonding in. They say you got to bond the other panel to this, but it is bonded because this is our primary panel. And this goes to that, which is the same one. So I'll be just connecting to the same one. It's the same bond. So we're gonna put this panel back together, go inside. It's dark inside here. I'm not sure how much lighting we're gonna get in there. But we're gonna do what we can. So let's head up inside there and see if we can't figure out what's going on. All right, I know it's dark in here. I didn't want to record like this. I had to put a ground bar in here because the ground bars down here didn't have a big enough lug for the big ground. Got my neutral in, got my no locks on it, got my black and my red in, all torqued to specs. And now I'm done. What a day. Thank God my wife helped me. Let me button this up and I'll see you outside. All right, that's going to be it for this episode of Fixing Things. And we got the wires in. Everything is secured. Everything's bonded. Now, we'll get an inspection. We'll get an inspection on all this. We should be good. Only thing they may want us to do is run a bond wire to the frame, but it's already bonded from the box inside to the frame. So it's the same thing. Everything is bonded together. That's the whole idea of bonding. So I hope you learned something on these two episodes on how to hook up mobile home service, power service. Uh, it, it's not that easy. I probably should have went with 2.5 inch or even 3 inch on these. Those 250s were a bear. I am beat. The aluminum 4/0, that wasn't too bad. My wife helped me. Uh, I pushed and she kind of lifted on the wires, and we stripped the jacket off it because you can't have jacket inside the conduit. And we stripped the jacket off and we pushed it up, and she pulled from the inside as I pushed from down below. And thank you, Lord. Oh, it was such a blessing. She came just at the right time. That's how God works, you know. Hey, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Man, I'm glad that's done. That was a lot of work. That was a lot of work. So just from last week, it took all day to do the wiring, the conduit, and build the box. And it took all day today just to feed the wires into it. I know some of you super electricians can probably do it, in 45 minutes. I'm sure you can. I'm here by myself. I'm an old man, 60 years old. I can do it. And I can do it because God has strengthened me. So hopefully we learned a bunch of stuff on this. We learned that you have to go to your power company. You got to coordinate it with your codes and compliances at the county. You got to get your blueprints and all that stuff and get your permits. Then go get your meter base at your power company once you and then get your work order number. Right now we got to get it built, get it wired, get it inspected, call the power company back up. And if I'm not mistaken, in some jurisdictions the county will put a sticker either on this panel or on the panel inside the house. It should be on this one here, showing that it's trailer approved or something like that. So God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you probably tomorrow. I think we're going to be putting those fenders on the Mehall truck if it doesn't rain. I'm lucky it didn't rain today. Whew, I'm sure glad I had my lay it down devices. That saves, because it rained this last 2 days. Good, because I needed it for my well. God bless you. I'll see you on the next episode. Fixing things. Good. Ain't nothing wrong with this one right here. That's right. Oh, I'm gonna go get me something to eat, I hope. Whew. Still gotta pick up my tools. All right, I'll see you.